Bit of a delay.
It says we're live. I don't know if anybody can hear me.
No, you're not live on that.
What? Correct.
Let me know when you think we can go.
Yeah.
Liana, you can't see me yet.
No, I can't see you.
There you go, you're on.
You're on.
Okay, now I'm on. Great. So I want to just take a minute to thank all you guys. I know some of you had technical difficulties. Thanks for holding on, and thanks for kind of joining back up again. This has been very interesting, and again, unlike anything I've done before. A couple of quick thoughts. I actually jumped around, went to a couple of different groups. I felt like I got very interesting perspectives from people. My big question in the groups was really around how do we make, for those of you who took PH555X, how do we make the course better? What do we do? You know, the big challenge for us when we sat down to plot out this course was how do we make a single course that has use and value for people around the world? So whether you're sitting in Durham, North Carolina, or Delhi, or wherever, you gotta be able to have something that this course really does for you. And I am a big believer in the idea that quality is not a different problem in America than it is in India or in Liberia. I think quality has different manifestations, and those manifestations are very specific to every context, but the underlying principles really are the same. There's one set of notions, because healthcare for human beings is one set of notions around the world, and then how it manifests itself is where you see the differences. And the course was supposed to try to get at that. I am confident we didn't get it right. I'm confident we didn't get all the balance right. We didn't get the high income, low income, middle income stuff right. And so for those of you who participated at all in the course, I am begging you, really, really like begging you, please give us feedback on how to make the course better next year, because we can't make it better just by our own ideas. This is really going to be a group effort. So think about that. Think about how to make it better. And if you have other ideas about what the Ebola outbreak, the Ebola epidemic teaches us about health systems and quality, share those with us as well. That's a topic that we as a group feel very strongly about. Ebola is probably the most important global health issue and outbreak of the last 20 years, really in some ways since the HIV epidemic of the 80s and 90s. We haven't seen anything that has captured the world's attention in the same way. And it's an important opportunity to take a step back and reflect on some big issues, such as what is the global strategy for managing pandemics and who runs that strategy? And is WHO adequately prepared and capable and financed to really be that agency, or do we need others? It's a question, I don't know the answer. One of the big lessons from Ebola, and I just want to make this point, is I believe that this outbreak, so there have been 20 outbreaks of Ebola before. This one is obviously very different because it's bigger than all the other 20 combined. And so the question is, why is this so different? And I would say there are three reasons why this one is different. Deforestation. Large parts of Africa have had trees cut, have forests cut down. Human beings are interacting with animals and forests in ways that they just have never done before. We're going to see more viruses hit the US population. Second is urbanization. All the previous outbreaks were primarily in rural areas. This got urban very quickly. That is the new theme. Urbanization has taken over throughout much of the world. We're going to see diseases move from forests to urban centers very quickly. And the third is airplanes. So what the new model of virus spread in the world is going to be, it was in a forest somewhere in rural India or Africa or China or wherever. It's going to get to a big city. It's going to jump on a plane and land in New York or Madrid or Delhi or Shanghai within a day. And so if that's the new model for how these viruses are going to spread, we're going to need healthcare delivery systems that are not ready for Ebola. They're ready for anything. And that is not just about access. People will have access. These systems have to be ready from a quality point of view to be able to manage things they've never seen before. And that is one of the new global health challenges over the next decade or two. So I think Ebola is really a good example of that. But I do want to say thank you all for taking the time, both to do the Hangout, for those of you who participated in the course. I want to make the plea that, remember, one of the fun things about finishing the course is if you submit your assignment, we're going to review the assignments. 3 of them are going to get published in the BMJ Quality and Safety Journal. So it's an opportunity to get your paper published in a international journal, probably the premier international journal on issues of quality. And we've got the commitment of the editor-in-chief to do that. And so write up a thoughtful, fun, interesting perspective and send it in, and we'll work on getting it in. And thank you all for taking the time to do this. And it's 11:59 in Boston, so we have 1 minute to go. I'm going to finish a minute early. Thank you all for participating in this, and look forward to the next chance we have to interact. And I'm going to hang up. Goodbye.